I made $1,000 trading ES today. Quick and easy one trade, up $1,000. But I didn't make that $1,000 in the first hour, the first 2, or even the first 3 hours of market. Most people would have thought I would have made that on that move up or either on that slide down from high a day. I didn't make it in either one of those moves. I avoided some key things that the old me would have gotten myself into trades and taken and lost on, and probably would have just ended the day for me there, or even just put me on a path of trying to take more trades to get that loss back. So all in all, had a solid day at the desk. One trade, up $1,000 in my new Tradeify funded account. Really enjoying the Tradeify product right now. It's quite simple and straightforward. And yeah, just looking forward to building this one up towards a payout. But let's just look at what I saw when I got to the desk in the morning and kind of what I was looking at and the levels and things that I was trying to avoid and the things I was really paying attention to. So coming into the morning, we had this beautiful push up yesterday at FOMC, and then we had this ugly, rangy kind of chop here from Tuesday into the Wednesday overnight. And as we pushed up here in FOMC, we finally took these orders that were sitting up here at 57.60 and 57.70. Price pulled back down. Start of day, we're above the start of day view up. Everything looks bullish, and then this happens. The London session, there was some economic news that came out in Europe. I believe it was something to do with interest rates. I'm not 100% sure. I read something briefly. But either or, whatever it was, it basically erased this move up yesterday in FOMC. But coming into the morning, I'm still leaning long. Technically, we still have a higher low here. We have higher highs here. We finally break this zone with this FOMC push. So all in all, this is presenting as more of a bullish pattern to me. One thing I'm really going to pay attention to is we have previous day's point of control here. As you can see, we get the slide down through it. Price pushes back up to it, rejects off it. Now this is going to be a very key level for me today, and I'm going to be looking for longs, somewhere up here into it. If not, I could see it going short down here to the value area low. We'll see as market opens and go from there. But this level at 57.11, I think it is, will be a key level I'll be paying attention to coming into market open. Let's just get into what I saw on the 1 minute chart at market open and what I avoided. So this was the 1 minute chart. As you can see here, market open, immediately we get this bullish push higher. We take out the previous day's point of control, which is roughly up here around the opening range high, and it's just straight up from there. I missed all of this move. I'm not upset one bit. I got to the desk at 9:45. I was going on stream at 10 a.m. with ASFX TV. So, I didn't want to rush into anything. I'm going to be on stream. I'm going to be around some really good traders. So it's a good time just to sit back, listen, learn, see what's going on, and just kind of, just pay attention to everything. And as you can see, we get this push up, make a new high a day, and then from there it's, we start to come down. Now, we get this first break of the high a day VWAP. I'm thinking to get long in here. I'm waiting for a pullback after high a day set in. But there was just something telling me that the buyers weren't here. The CVD had flipped red. It was continually growing negative. And in my head now I'm thinking the buyers got exhausted on this push up. They did whatever they could do to take out the sellers, get up here, and now they're just tired. So we get this. People get long here. They get stopped out back down here on this move. And we get another move down. This was another prime example of a long I would normally take. But again, there was something telling me that the buyers weren't here and the sellers were going to just slowly grind this thing lower. And again, you get in here, you come up here, you'll get stopped out back down here. We get a break of the New York VWAP. You could have looked for a short here, but just with this price action and this clean hold here, anything could happen. We could get, a push up. You could stop back out here. You had this wick. That was some Apple news, I believe. Not 100% sure, just a weird candle, but there was something on my financial juice that came out about an Apple shake-up with the executives at the top or something to do with Siri. Anyways, as you can see, price comes back down. We hit the previous day's VWAP, try to find some support. Sellers get control. This, for me, is a key area. I'm really paying attention here because this is, I think, the buyer's last chance to take a stand. If the buyers can't show up here, we got a problem. So sellers take control for a moment, buyers step back in, and it's this slide down that really gets me interested in shorts now. I feel here that the sellers are completely in control. The CVD is minus 6,000 or 8,000 at this point. Everything is telling me the sellers are in control. The buyers again try to step back in, but boom, here, sellers take back control. Buyers step back in this time, but they're even weaker now. They can't even step back in up to previous day's New York VWAP. This is where I look to enter a trade. If you look at this structure just clearly looks bearish all the way down. So this is the trade that I took. And basically straightforward. Like I said, I really paid attention here when the sellers just, took these two levels. Buyers try to step back in. Sellers take control again. Buyers again. This time they can't even make their way back up to previous day's New York VWAP, which is telling me they're really, really exhausted at this point. I get short here, 10 micros. It's a lot larger than I normally trade, but I'm trading a new 100K account with more drawdown, so I want it to be more aggressive and I want it to size up. Another thing I did differently here was as we got into profit, once we hit 5 points, I locked my stop. And what that was going to do for me was going to give me either way $250 on the trade. And for me, $250 is kind of a number I've been shooting for when I'm trading my smaller accounts. I shoot for about 10 points on 5 micros, which is $250. So for me, if I got $250 out of this trade, I'm good with it. I'm watching Bookmap. We got orders down here at 5,700. There's even orders below that. This large block at 5,700 is going to be my take profit. And now that I have my stop locked in profit, we get down to 5,700. And this is just telling me that the sellers are in control. I do something different. I put a buy limit on at 20 points, which is 56.9550 or something like that. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to make sure I stayed within the consistency target on this 100K account. So basically I think I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I can have $1,000 per trade to stay within the consistency target. I take the trade. I have my TP set here. At this point, as we make this second move down around here, I pull my stop even lower. I got my stop locked here. We take this pin. I got my stop locked here. Stop locked here. What happens? We hit that order limit. Orders get filled. Boom. Hit TP. I'm up 957.60 on the day. One and done, even though it was 4 hours, 4.5 hours into market open. That's how I want to trade. I don't need to be taking 5 trades for market open and be up a couple grand. I need to be taking 1 trade or 2 trades, proper setups, proper timing, in and out. Easy peasy. So all in all, a good day. First trade in the new funded account. Happy with that. Coming back and looking on the week, it's shaping up to be really good. This was my big red, small green, big green. I couldn't ask for these 4 days to be, any more like that. Like that's just perfect for that analogy. Big red, small green, big green. This will be an interesting day tomorrow. I just want to finish the week strong. I'm only down $1,000 when I started the week down 2,300. I don't need to make this back. If I do make a chunk of it back, I'm okay with it. If I don't, I'm okay with it. The name of the game is to keep the losses smaller than the winning days, and I just want to finish the week strong and head into the weekend taking as much of this damage out as I possibly can. So stay tuned. Just catch the video tomorrow and you're going to find out what happens and how I end this week, because it's going to be interesting to say the least, and I'm feeling good about myself. I'm confident. I'm trusting my process. I'm letting go of that fear that I think I had hanging over my head for the last few weeks, and I was just the fear of losing a trade, and just removing myself from the P&L and just remembering to trust my process, manage my risk, and just come into this with a clear head and know that I can do this, and I just need to be disciplined and focused, and I will do this.